So talk about the depth of this field where you have a 2-year-old champion who's coming off a good-looking win in one of the most prestigious prep races, and he's going to be 4th, 5th choice?
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of unprecedented.
Yeah, no, it goes to show the depth of the field, and I've been really impressed with all the prep races and the quality of this field. I mean, there's so many horses in the field that seem like they have a good chance to win the race with a clean trip, and if they run their A race, and I feel like we have one of them, but you know, a lot of things are going to have to go right on Saturday.
Yeah, what else do you think he brings to the table when you're looking for this particular race at this particular stage of all these horses' careers?
The horse, I think the horse has a good amount of experience with 5 really solid career races, some of them in big fields. He seems to get out of the gate well and secure good position in all of his races. And he's a real handy horse. He's very athletic. He runs the turns real well. And I hope all those things give him an advantage on Saturday. When you look at the big picture, just to have a horse that's in the top 5 choices for the Derby, anyone would love to be in that position. And I don't read into that too much about where they fall on the odds board, and the horses certainly don't know it. And like I said, I'm just thankful to have a horse that's in that conversation of the top 5 choices. And if he runs his A race, I think the horse will be right there.
You've trained other champions. Is it different when you had the 2-year-old champion who is going to, of course, turn 3?
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. You know, you take a lot of pride in that accomplishment for the horse, and it's a good position to be in. You know, going into the 3-year-old season, having the 2-year-old champ, and really the leader of the division going into all the prep races. But as far as the planning and preparation goes, nothing really changes as far as I'm concerned. You know, all these horses are individuals, and this horse, you know, we had a target day of the first Saturday in May. No matter what the name of the race is, it's my job to work backwards from there and try to get the horse to peak on that day. And it's the same approach we've used for certain Breeders' Cup races or certain other Grade 1 races throughout the year in all different classes and distances and genders of races. And I've approached this the same way. And I hope that this plan works where he runs his best race on Saturday.
Could you dissect the Fountain of Youth?
Sure. So winning the Fountain of Youth, and a couple works short, but we really needed to get him started by that date if we had any chance to make the Derby, I felt. And going on the race, I still felt he could win, even being a little short fitness-wise in the race and not having to run his best race and still win and still move forward. That was really the plan, and the only part of the plan that didn't work is he didn't win, and he got a little tired and he just wasn't good enough that day. But the rest of the plan, as far as we're concerned, worked in that he got the race he needed. He came out of the race well. He moved forward. He got fitter, stronger. Going on the bluegrass, he really ran a good race and came out of it even better. So we look back now at that race, the Fountain of Youth, as a building block towards the Derby. And I wouldn't change anything as far as his campaign this year. Was
the bluegrass sort of always the plan? I mean, you didn't have to worry about being a Grade 1 winner because you already were and you were a champion. Or did you have some concern about Gulfstream that maybe it just wasn't really his, even with the missed works, his favorite track?
I think that's a fair question. A little of both. The Fountain of Youth bluegrass was always the plan. It was always our first choice, but we're very flexible and we nominate him in other races, and there was always a chance we could have altered course if something changed with the horse or with weather and such. But looking back, I just think the horse just needed a race and he got it, and everything worked out for the best as far as we're concerned. Extra pressure, but I felt the horse did need to prove something. I think that anyone who questioned, did this horse train on at 3 or not, it was valid. I mean, we knew internally that the horse came out of the race great, and he was still a really talented horse and one of the leaders of the division, and still a horse that was very much on the Derby trail. But if you're not around the horse every day and you see a champion come back and get defeated like that, it's a fair question. He needed to prove something, and I'm proud of the horse that he did.
He's actually made it a lot farther than a lot of Breeders' Cup juvenile winners.
Yeah, I appreciate that. He has. I'm really proud of the horse, and the horse has done all the work. It's not easy, as you say, to come that fast as a 2-year-old and win the Breeders' Cup and secure a championship and still just keep on going on and developing. When a lot of horses, it's hard, when they've raced that hard at 2 to to stay in form and keep going. And this horse, I'm proud of this horse he has.
This will be a 6th racetrack to race at in 6 races, and that's kind of unusual in this day and age. You know that. Just
good point.
Any thoughts on that? That he
I think
seems like he's a good shipper.
Yeah, it's a testament to how talented the horse is, and he's getting into a rare category of horse that can carry his racetrack with him wherever he goes. You know, he's a very consistent horse, and he shows up in every breeze. You know, every race he tries his best, and that gives us some added confidence that it's, you know, it's hopefully the surface, all these factors that can play into maybe a poor performance in a race like the Derbies. He has a lot of things going for him to sort of eliminate a lot of them, and hopefully the surface is one of them. I'll tell you, he's tough now, and if he gets bumped, he's going to bump you right back, this horse.
He wants to.
Yeah, he's, you know, he has a very determined attitude, and I do believe that racing bluegrass will it provided him with some more experience in tight quarters, and I was proud of the horse that he stepped up there.